Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate and I own two retail stores called VOGUE Society, one of them being in the UTC Mall in Sarasota, which I'm in right now. And it is mid-January, almost end of January, and we've been really low on inventory recently. Like when we started off the year, we had our end of the year sale, and so it was just like a lot of inventory went out the door, and we were already like, you know, coming off the holiday season of selling so much, and then our orders were taking forever. But this week we got in a few pretty big shipments, and it is time to kind of redo the store to highlight those items. And I know my merchandising videos are well loved, and I know you guys love them, so this one might be a little bit shorter. I don't know, we'll see. Just because I have a million other things to get done today. We're also doing it in the middle of the day, which you guys know is always really hard for me to do in the mall because there's constant people in and out. But Mondays have been extremely slow recently, so I should be pretty good to go. I also have Emily here. She is one of my employees who's so good at merchandising, and so she's gonna help me out a little bit. I'm gonna try to show you guys as much as I possibly can, but like I said, I'm so busy. Right now I brought this inventory up from our St. Pete's store because I know that our sale items sell better here than at our other store. I think it's because we're in a mall here and people are looking for a good deal versus our other store is more like a specialty location, I guess you could say. So anyways, I'm like transferring over some of this like sale item stuff here. I got my very large coffee today, and we are going to kind of redo this whole thing. And plus there's a lot of stuff that was marked down on sale, and so I'm going to condense the sale items. I'll show you what I mean by that. So yeah, enjoy. I am just gonna walk you through what the store looks currently. Like I said, we were really low on inventory, so I was struggling to make everything look cute. I'm gonna take this sale down. We sold a lot of the teas, so I'm good on that. Still have a lot of teas though. And then I didn't like hate this because I did this not too long ago, but I also still don't love it. We've got blue. I also just liked this shelf at first, but now like I'm not in love with it. And then we've got this. So yeah, I don't know what to do with this thing because I literally cannot fit it through the back door to like put it in our back room. So I have to use it. So I was using it for candles and displays and stuff like that, but I've been using it for shoes. I don't know. And then it's like blocking those. So I'm just like, I don't know. So I'm hoping Emily has some ideas, but here is some other racks that are just kind of thrown together. It's nothing like great. So anyways, here's just like the before of everything, and we will see what it looks like after. So this is currently our sale section. Because we are doing like our end of the year clearance, I kind of had this whole thing merchandise for sale, but because it's kind of like looking a little empty, we are going to condense it. So a lot of that stuff that's on 70% off, I want it gone. I'm gonna mark it down to like $15, and then a lot of stuff that a lot of the sale stuff that I have, I a lot of times put it right here on a rack, kind of like out there, because people will look at it. By the way, that's usually not a silver rack. One of our racks is like broken, so we're trying to fix it. This rack used to be there, and then the broken one used to be here. Anyways, but I do use those silver rolling racks for sale items. So I'm going to make some of stuff $15, and then the other stuff I'm just all gonna make 50% off, because I did have 70, 50, and 40. So we're just gonna go in the middle, do it at 50. Okay, so I made this the $15 rack when you first walk in. It kind of looks like that. There's really good deals on there. And we're in the process. Emily, she is working on making this Valentine's. I'm already loving what you're doing with the pearls and stuff. I feel like that'll definitely draw people's attention. And then, so she's gonna work on the front and I'm gonna work from the back. And so I just took down a lot of the stuff most of the stuff that was on 70%. I just moved to $15. And then I'm in the process of just making this the sale wall with 50% off, and then we'll merchandise that afterwards. like one of the worst parts about merchandising or re-merchandising. Look at all that stuff that's just like on the back counter looking a mess. And then also like look at this back wall right now. Like, are we kidding? It's not looking great. I mean, obviously that's just a placeholder. I call that the purgatory for the clothes that we don't know what to do with. So I did want to give some merchandising tips as I'm doing this video for you guys. And the number one thing, first of all, is to just have things that are eye-catching, either in your window or right on your front display here. This is like, Emily did this. It was, trust me, it's the best that we could do with what we have. I like graphic tees folded on a table or a sweater, which we did a good job with here. And then we just kind of put these together. It might not stay like this. It just depends on what we get in. We just got in like 7 new boxes, but good enough for now. Way better than before. And then over here, I tried to put like a collection together of like whites and blues, so it's good to kind of tell a story. This totally tells like a fresh, bright story here, and you have all different places for your eyes to go. And then let's get into the nitty gritty here. So I put one of the best styles, in my opinion, that's on this rack on the end here, so that when you walk in, it's the first thing that catches your attention. Then after that, I want to take one of these colors, so either blue or white, and put something here that was different than a dress. So I decided on going with a tank top that was white. So I did that. After that, I want to go with something again with this color in it, but a different item, and like ideally pants, because ideally next to any top you want to have pants next to it, so that it kind of gives an idea of an outfit. Even if necessarily you wouldn't wear this with that, it still kind of gives that idea of like what you could do with each piece. So then I put these pants right next to that. Again, I put a white tank top next to these pants, so that way someone can kind of like see again, like you have, if you're looking through the rack, you have this in your head, and then you're like, oh, this white tank, oh, actually that would look really good with these pants, or vice versa with this one. Then again, take the white, take the, obviously the blue section over here, and I added this blue set right here. Again, with this blue set, it would also look cute with a little white tank top, so I put that next to it for an idea of what to wear underneath this top. And then next, I put a pair of denim shorts. You can see that this white tank top would look cute with these denim shorts, and so would this top right here. Again, sticking with the blue theme, and then with the white or the cream. I mean, these are cream, but it kind of just like looks white in the grand scheme of things. Also, make sure your hangers are your hangers are finger length apart as a rule of thumb. And I always try to like make these as straight as possible. These ones are kind of hard, but you never want anything dragging on the floor, so I had to use the flat hangers for that. So then I got this little cardigan because this top would look cute under this cardigan, and then this little crew neck here because this is blue, and I wanted to kind of break up, I only have one of these, but I kind of wanted to break up the cream on the cream. And then again on the end here, I face everything one way, but I'm going to face the one on the end this way, so that you can kind of look and see what's on the shelf if you're just walking by. Okay, I had to come back here because, like I said, we got in like 7 boxes of clothes today. Emily is doing her work out on the floor and hopefully finishing the majority of the re-merchandising. But of course, then we're gonna have like all these other styles that hopefully will get processed by end of day, but I don't know because it's already 5:30. I swear, time flies when you're having fun, but no, seriously, I feel like when you're a business owner, the minutes go by like seconds. They're so quick. But anyways, I've got I got hangers on the floor, going through some clothes, listening to a podcast, still going strong on my Dunkin'. Hello everyone, it is the next day. Because yesterday, Emily and I literally I worked the full shift at my store, like 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. We re-merchandised so much, but we didn't quite get done yet for a few reasons. Number one, because we got in a lot of shipments yesterday, and we're still looking for a few perfect things to go in certain places, like I was saying. And so I want to finish it up today. Once I have someone else come in today, I'm going to have them steam and get the things tagged that we can put out on the floor. So I won't be done until a little bit later, until she comes in, we get those things done. But otherwise I am going to rearrange a few things right now. The other thing is that we had this rack, and one of these bolts, it's from Amazon, but one of these bolts like had come loose and I had to put it in the back. So I was using that ugly like silver rack, and we finally got it fixed last night. So I just brought it out on the floor. And one thing I also noticed too is like, okay, so let me try to explain this, but like, you want your store to look as like full as possible, right? And so when we went from our super, super big store in the mall, and then they moved us into this super small store here, and I had a ton of inventory. I expected to fit everything in here, and I tried my best, and we did it. And I used like all of the, not all of them, but a lot of the fixtures that we had and stuff. So it was really, really full when we first started. And then I think, because this is like just like a mental thing for me, but I think when we opened our store in St. Pete, I loved like the clean, open like look of it, because that store is like a little bit bigger just in terms of like the actual sales floor space. And I was like, oh, I want this one to look like fresh and not cluttered and things like that. But I actually feel like our sales were better when it was a little bit like more, let me show you what I mean. So I'm gonna put a picture of what I had right here when we first opened. And then before I moved this rack here, this table was this way. This is what this setup that I just had. The table was this way. I didn't have that rack there. That rack was somewhere else. But anyway, I realized that I feel like the store looks so much fuller, and I'm gonna try to put a bench in front of there and maybe display this with clothes. And then this table I just had back there, but I put it back up here because originally this was our jewelry table. And like it was kind of crowded over here because of just like this space in general. But I think I'm gonna make this a jewelry table again. I think instead of having the jewelry there, I'm gonna make it with face outs again, kind of go back to what we did when we first started. I have seen like a dip in sales here. I don't know if that's the case. I know everyone's seen a dip in sales. So, but we're just gonna see, because maybe this will just help. And honestly, we did get a ton of inventory in, so we do need more space for inventory. And then back here, I originally had a table back here, like one of the bigger ones, not just the round one. So I still obviously have to do that wall. It's literally empty right now. And then we're gonna put a table here. And then I do wanna redo these shelves a little bit because they're looking really not great at all. I finally have our store re-merchandised, and before I show you it, which I'm so excited to, let me tell you why it literally took me from Monday morning to Friday night to re-merchandise our store. Okay, so essentially the long story short was because we were understaffed, but just listen to this insane story because I won't really tell this anywhere else except for you guys here. But all right, so my manager, Summer, who manages this store, was out really sick for like almost an entire week. And then, so I was filling in for her on Monday. I was doing the re-merchandising with Emily, and then I was like, okay, I know exactly what I need to do on Tuesday. I'm just gonna come in, I'm gonna finish it. I knew we needed to steam and tag a few more items, like process some more inventory before we went ahead and put it out on the floor. But when I got in on Tuesday morning, I was like, okay, let me like tag this inventory. And then when one of my employees gets here, which it was this one girl who was supposed to get there and work with me that day, and it was a new employee that we had just hired like maybe like a little over a week ago. So I'm, there, and I am like, okay, well, when she comes in, I will have her steam the stuff while I like process some of this, whatever. And then after that, then I'll continue the re-merchandising and I'll be done with it. So it's not what happened. She was supposed to come in at 12 o'clock. Now, this is an employee who I had 2 employees leave at like the end of last year, or like early this year, like on good terms and everything. And she was one of their like replacements essentially. And this girl had been working with us for, like I said, about a week. I was waiting for her to come in, and she was supposed to come in at 12, and then it's like 12:05, and then 12:10, and I'm like texting Summer because I'm like, hey, like, I know you've worked with her a lot before, like, is she usually late? Like, not that that's okay, but like, and Summer's like, no. And of course I text her, the girl that's supposed to come in, and she, you know, I got no answer. And then I went ahead and called her, no answer. And then I'm like, you know, 20 minutes after that, I'm like, obviously she's not coming, and she ghosted us. I don't know if that's ever happened to any of you guys. Essentially, like, we won't pay our employees until, like, if someone like ghosts us like that, if they don't want to give us the key back, then like if they don't give us the key, they don't get paid. So she did end up coming in eventually when she figured that out. Yeah, I was by myself working at the store from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. all by myself because we were so understaffed. And it was fine, like I was fine, I didn't mind it, but we also got in 8 more boxes that day, so I was unloading these boxes and blah, blah, blah. So I was processing all of that, new inventory again, and I never got to it. Same thing on Wednesday, same thing, I think I was just processing inventory, never really got to it. And then Thursday, I had a influencer event at our St. Pete store. And today, so it was last night, and I'm so tired. Like, today's Friday. I just closed the store. I'm literally recording this at 9 o'clock. Like, your girl is so tired. I am so happy that I have the weekend off. Like, you have no clue. I almost forgot the entirely crazy part of that whole story about the employee was that one of the girls who had originally put in her 2 weeks and quit, this same day wanted her jobs back. So I was like, this is just such a blessing. So that is how we got through the week, but it's been a roller coaster. So I'm going to show you guys how I re-merchandise. I feel so much better about this. Okay, so much better about this store. Let's go see it. I'm backing up here, so the quality's not gonna be the best, but I have my gate closed since we're closed. But how cute did this turn out? So up close, I've got graphics and shorts and the cutest little outfits here. Any like type of like specific Valentine's Day, which this isn't really specific Valentine's, nor is this. That is, so I try to display it as many times as possible. Plus I need to show that like it has a back to it, whatever. So I have some sparkles, and then over here, I did the graphic tees over here. This is just my like $15 rack that I have, that I put together. And that's probably last weekend. I'll have this out and then I'll just condense it again. But over here, the cutest blues and whites. Oh my gosh, we just got this. I love it. I love her. And then over here, I did a table. So again, this was flipped this way. And then the rack wasn't there. So huge difference there. And you guys, I'm not even gonna lie, I've already seen a huge jump in sales from just like what I've, you know, I mean, I'm sure obviously it has to do with the fact that I have a lot more inventory, of course. But I think obviously the merchandising helps so much. So some neutrals over there. I am actually doing this, everything on this table, 50% off jewelry. I was thinking we need a jewelry refresh. We just do. So I put all of like, I have so many beaded bracelets. They were selling so well for a while and then now they're not. So also clearly my hands look like man hands. But I love this wall. Typically this is a wall in my store that I actually struggle with making like look cute. But it is like people are already going over there. I love the pinks. So I started with that dress and I was like, okay, that dress matches with that hoodie, did some jeans. That was like a little like set that had some of those colors in it. Then more coral with like the pinks. I put all matching jewelry there. That would be so cute for that. And then I did a transition piece here because this can go with like that as like a beach attire, but also it's like a transition piece to put that dress on the wall since it is the same color. So, sorry, ignore my little mop and everything over there. But there's a little bit of that, nothing too different over there. I do have to kind of still put something up here or like move that up, but we've got blue, Nicky Bicky tanks and Zanana tanks. That didn't change. I have this little face out here, kind of like country, bohemian vibes. I actually I meant to change these mannequins because they're just looking blah, but I'm going to have whoever's working this weekend change those. And then I didn't love, actually, now that I'm looking, I'm like, I don't like it. But you know what? I sold one of these as soon as I did that. And so, I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of, I just needed, honestly, like, I didn't need this table, but I needed something in the middle here because the round table was here and I moved it over there. So like I needed something here and that's just what I got for now until we get in something else. But I've got some other styles over here and then we've got the sail and then this back wall here, greens, pinks, blues, love it. So yeah, that is that. And your girl is so tired. I'm gonna need to call it a night. Okay guys, I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe. I noticed the subscribers. I'm trying to grow them. So it would mean a lot. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.